Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious siege battle on Total War Rome 2. This is a 4 versus 4, 8 armies ready to fight to the death. This is a really awesome one, and you guys are definitely going to need your snacks and drinks. Especially try to save it for the end of the battle replay, because you're going to be doing some nervous eating, okay? Because this battle is so insanely close. This is a great one. You're going to enjoy this one, I promise you. So I'm really excited to watch this battle again and get some close-ups and see the battle from a different perspective. It's great. It's awesome, and you're going to love it. So what is going on here? Well, the barbarian tribes have united to stand against the Roman scum. So yeah, I'm leading one of the defending Roman forces. So let's go ahead and look at the factions really fast. So I'm going to be leading the Iceni. Very excited about that. My friends here, they are leading barbarians, of course, as well. We have Nico leading the Suebi. So very powerful Suebians there. My ally over here, Mr. Brunswick, is leading Gati. I'm probably slaughtering that one. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They've got some cool Foxmen. And then we have King Scourge leading the Arverni. So yeah, those are the barbarian troops. Of course, we have 3 Roman armies and an Athens army. Why Athens? I don't know. It's like Athens mercenaries, I guess, for Rome. So I'm going to keep it slow motion because I do want to show you something really, really interesting. All right, here. I've got 2 units of ambushers, okay? They are sneaking through the forest. The cool thing about them is that they can go into vanguard, so they can deploy outside the settlement. There's a small pocket of trees I could deploy in. Now, I'm not going to go for the Romans because they have, allies nearby. I'm actually going to go through the forest here. Take my time, be patient, and try to set up a trap for Athens. Now, I always try to set up ambushes whenever I can. I would say about 85% of the time, they don't work out. So we're going to see what happens with these 2 ambushers and see if this is even worth it. It's really risky because you spend a lot of money. These 2 units are expensive, right? And if they ambush and they are so ready for it, you just waste money. You just, like, these troops, the safer route is to just keep these troops inside the settlement. They will do well, for sure. But you could potentially kill way more outside, or you'll lose them completely, killing nobody, and you wasted a bunch of money. So, yeah, that's the risk reward. So, yeah, the Romans are pushing forward. Athens is pushing forward. Another reason I wanted to go for Athens is because they're in this small, pocket area. They're kind of, disconnected with their teammates, and there's really nowhere for them to go if I show up behind them. So I'm really counting on Nico and my ambushers to quickly defeat the Athenians and then have a lot of reserves ready to turn and fight the Romans. Now, we do charge out our cav here. Yes, the classic sally out the cav. So we charge out. I've got some heroic riders charge out and kill these Syrian archers. So vitally important. He's also got some noble horsemen. Very expensive unit, but they're already getting their money's worth by killing these archers, getting them off the battlefield. And, yeah, you got to look out for that. See, what he did is he pushed up his archers undefended. So, of course, we were going to try to take advantage of that. Now Athens is sending over some shock cav to try to support them. And we're going to fall back and get to the safety of our settlement here. Retreat! Fall back! They even released the war. They got some war dogs here that they released on the cav, which is slowing me down, but I feel like it was kind of a waste because I'm just running away. And the war dogs, I don't know. They're getting in danger close to the arrow towers of the base. Quickly, get inside! Yeah, it's a little glitchy here. They have some issues. There's oil for... I guess it's killing the Athenians, but it's also killing my troops. It's kind of frustrating. It's like, hold the oil, guys. Let's wait until we're inside, okay? No, stop. It's actually killing the dogs there. Oh, God. Yeah, so, oh, geez. Some careless losses there, but it was worth it. We killed a lot of archers, and these aren't just archers. They're Syrian archers. These guys are tough, very tough. Back over here, the Athenians are getting close. I'm also inching closer and closer. I'm making sure that I'm walking. I'm going slow. I don't want him to spot my troops. I don't want him to know. And what I'm going to do is wait for him to fully engage until he's completely invested for the fight on the walls, then send in my troops and try to catch him by surprise. So the Romans are also pushing up some troops to the gate. We've got some swordsmen awaiting them, throwing their javies. Throw the javies, man! So I also want to note that in my, I think the Roman battle where we were the Romans and we were attacking barbarians and Greek forces, I mentioned that the pila for the Romans, I said that it breaks so the enemy can't use it. It's true in a way. It more bends in, like, when it hits the shield, it bends in making the shield useless because the shield will be off balance. It's got a pila in it, or pilum in it. So yeah, that's more what the pilum or for pila is for, to make the enemy shields useless. Anyways, they're now charging up this side as well. We're sending over some forces. We got chosen sword band, and we got some hex bearers over here. The hex bearers screaming in. Awesome. So Nico's sending over some help here. I'm sending in my forces. And we're going to hold this, damn Romans. It's really important to hold them at the walls because we do have arrow tower support, but the Romans are doing a great job of spreading out our forces, making this very difficult. He's charging through a breach. He knocked down an opening in the wall. We got some more artillery coming down, firing at our reserves. Oh, good hit there on that cav, that noble horseman, which is too bad. I also have some troops over here defending the walls. I've got troops everywhere, it seems like, and I'm trying to do my best here to contain these Romans and support my allies in this struggle. Let's see, what is this? Oh, okay, so we got some spears. I should be able to break them pretty easily. They're not like legionaries or anything like that. Here's the legionary cohort standing against my chosen sword band. You are chosen warriors. Awesome. Now over here, Athens is actually making some great progress. Now, unfortunately, the Athenian player is using the exploit to push through the men. He's just clicking behind the enemy to make them run through. I guess it's not that big of a deal here because they do greatly outnumber these berserkers. But it can be kind of frustrating. So I was a little worried about this, but Nico's trying to send forces over here and contain these hoplites. But it seems like his troops are kind of thinning out, so we kind of need to watch out for that. My ambushers, guys, still pushing forward, still getting a little bit closer. Again, waiting for the perfect opportunity. And it's going to be close. He's almost fully invested all of his infantry to the battle over here. Hold the line! Look at Romans are everywhere now. This is really bad. It's getting out of hand. He's got, oh, Praetorian Guard. They're now into the fight. That is terrible news. Very bad news for us. But we're still... Oh, I actually crushed these Romans. Again, these were kind of lower grade Romans. A lot of spears. A lot of, like, you know, Hastati type units. So I'm not surprised I was able to crush that Roman advance. But we still... Look at this. We still have tons of Romans we're going to have to face. Tons of Romans. They're shooting down the walls, making a big entry point here. King Scourge fighting under the tree. Look at that. Hold your ground, men. Hold your ground. Oof. Look at all the arrows flying overhead. I love that so much. There's something so cinematic about seeing infantry fight each other and then seeing the archers fire arrows over their heads. It's just awesome. So now that my troops are victorious, I'm going to go ahead and send them to support my allies who are fighting more in the center. Got to take on these Praetorian Guard. They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough. Oh, some arrow fire coming down. Now, the Iceni actually don't have archers, so I have slingers kind of supporting the infantry. Then we have Mr. Brunswick holding the gate against the Romans. Got more Romans over here. Legionary cohort throwing some Pila. And it looks like we're winning here. Thanks to the Hex Bearers and the Chosen Swords. Yeah, we're starting to break the Romans, which is good because I need to quickly get these troops over to this side. Oh, this is where I activate the ambushers. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, so glad I saw this before. So what happened here? Just so you understand how I got here. I got to about right here, and then I did a full-on charge. He still does not notice me. I also think it helps that my icons are blue, just like his, so it kind of at glance you don't really notice it. But I completely got behind his forces, and I am killing his archers. And these are very expensive, very deadly archers. So is the ambush going well? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ambushers crushing these guys, and I'm just trying to kill them as quickly as possible before the infantry realize and he sends troops over here. Even if he realizes it, it's taking troops away from this main fight, which is very close. Very close fight. I think Nico is starting to kind of control the battlefield here, but now he's sending his general. He still doesn't realize it. He still does not realize that I am slaughtering his archers. Or maybe he does, and he just doesn't care. But this has been a great ambush. But now he realizes. He's like, oh crap, my archers are dying. He's now sending over picked hoplites, which is his general. So even if my ambushers die at this point, they've gotten their money's worth. I've saved a lot of lives by killing these archers. So now he's going to charge in his general. I'm going to use one of my units to just hold back the general while the other unit continues to kill this archer unit. I just want to make sure I get rid of these archers. It's very nice. Intense fight over here. It's a very close battle. We're still fighting it out with some legionary cohort, but they should break soon. The gate is still being fought for. Over down here, we've got a nice surrounding. We're surrounding the Praetorian Guard. So they're tough, but they're not that tough. So, they're still going to put up a great fight, but, once your unit gets surrounded, it's going to be brutal. I've got infantry kind of going into the gap here, chasing down some units. I didn't mean to. And then King Scourge. I feel bad for King Scourge, but he's doing a great job. He's taking on 2 Roman forces by himself as we are able to continue to focus our troops on the enemy. But he's doing a great job containing these guys. Awesome. Awesome struggle right there. And look, they still have tons of reserves. They haven't even moved up this force. Look at what are these guys? They're legionary cohort. All just legionary cohort. Good God. Legionary cohort. And then we got some Hastati over here. Oh, what's this? Legionary cohort. That is tough. That is very tough. But hey, King Scourge breaking the Romans. So I'm sending over reinforcements. This is when King Scourge was like, hey guys, if you got any spare troops, don't be afraid to send them my way. That's kind of my answer to that remark. I've got some chosen swords. We're finally breaking the Praetorian Guard, sort of. They were wavering, but look they're still doing so much damage even though they're surrounded. They're so good. Back over here, we're still fighting. But again, I should win this one, especially with the arrow tower's not active anymore. But this is what's happened over here. The general is losing this fight against my ambushers. And he's trying to save him. But I will not let that happen. So what he's trying to do is get into a position where he can't get surrounded. And I know that. He's trying to get to have the wall to his back. So what I'm going to do is try to squeeze my units through this gap right here and get behind him. But him constantly running away is killing his men. So he kind of just needs to make a stand. He will most likely die, but he needs to just try to kill as many of my men as possible. Look at him. They just slip right through, and then I surround. So that wasn't that obviously wasn't an exploit, guys, because I wasn't running through troops. I was running through a gap. I just want to make that clear. There's a difference. But yeah, now we're just crushing his general. Look at that. And his general will soon break. And this is the end of the fate of the Athenian general. And mostly his forces as Nico continues to clean up their troops. I defeated the Romans over in this section. It's looking really good, guys. At this point in the battle, I honestly was like, oh, this is going to be a pretty easy battle. You know, like this is going to be a fight that's fairly one-sided. No, just wait, okay? Just wait. Don't forget that the Romans still have thousands of troops over here that have not seen any combat. The Athenians still have shock cav, which can be very deadly. They have healthy archer units, which are moving up. So yeah, they still have a lot, guys. They still have a lot, and it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense. So more and more of the forces coming in. I am now shifting all of my victorious units over to this side because this is where things are gonna get intense. This is the final showdown. We're holding against these Romans. We're doing the best we can. Oh, archers going after the general, the Gaiti general. Gati? I think it's Gaiti. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that faction name. But yeah, these archers really just focusing down the enemy. Or us, which is their enemy. Trying to kill the general, and that's where Mr. Brunswick gets his general out of there. No need for him to stand there and get hit with arrow fire. I got more archers, swordsmen, I'm sorry, closing in. But this is really bad. Look at the Romans are overwhelming. They're about to outflank a lot of King Scourge's positions. So I think it's safe to say that the Romans have taken this part of the base. They have taken this, they've set up a good stronghold, and now they can pour in more and more troops. Hastati pouring in this way, and we're having to fall back. And we've got to fall back. We got to reform our lines and prepare the next wave of Romans. I'm trying to spread out my troops wherever I can. You can see my blue Iceni soldiers. So cool. They're moving over to this side. The Hastati are not slowing down. That's a smart move from the Romans. He's trying to not let us reform and, you know, prepare for the next assault. So he's going in as quickly as possible. So that means I need to get my troops in there as quickly as possible. They're a very healthy unit too. So yeah, we're breaking them here, which is great. Again, we can reform our lines. I stupidly charged out my Britain slingers. This was a pathfinding issue. I was trying to tell these slingers to go over here, but they, instead of like just walking through the city, they decided to go outside the city because, hey, it's slightly faster. But there's enemies out, there's Romans out there, you idiots. But the good news is that we have a general in this fight, and we're like, hey, he charged in his general to go after my slingers. Let's focus all our archer fire at that general. So, yeah. It was a trap. It's because I'm a genius. You know, I never make mistakes. No. I got slingers up here. Sling, boys, sling. There they go. Yeah. Sling down that general. So we're holding the Romans here. We hold back the scum, the Roman scum. They think they can destroy our people, our way of life. I'm just sending bodies after bodies into this fight. I've got more chosen sword band, but this unit's so depleted. They're tired too. They've been fighting for so long, but you know how Romans do. They've got massive armies, and you just got to keep fighting them. Got to keep standing your ground. Oh man, over here too, I've got more chosen sword band holding back some Romans. Just trying to prevent any choke points from opening up, because if they do, it could be disaster for our forces. The balance of power is still in favor of the Romans, so they still have a pretty huge advantage. My ambushers, I'm now moving them forward. I'm letting them walk. You know, they earned to walk and take their time, but I do need to get some reinforcements over to that side as soon as possible. We are kind of freaking out over here. Here comes another general charge. Not a big deal, because this Roman player pretty much lost his entire army at this point in the battle, so losing his general is not a big deal, but it is a big deal, because to carelessly charge in your general like this is you're missing a big opportunity. So instead of just mindlessly charging him in, he should have just sent them over here with his allies. And that's a cav unit we're going to have to worry about. You know, he could have chased down our archers or whatever. But now the Romans are flanking on this side. I think we had some archers that didn't have any ammo trying to hold them back. King Scourge doing all he can. I've got troops over here running, trying to quickly secure this flank. So we're just trying to rush our troops over to this fight to secure this. Here we go. Yes, throw your javelins into the fight. Only good ones are dead ones. Come on, hold them back. Oh, this is not good. King Scourge's general. He's starting to break. I need to send in more troops. Oh no, the Pila, that hurts. I'm trying to hold them back, but my troops are about to get surrounded. And we got a lot of troops here, and this is where we just got to fall back. I am going to make a sacrifice of my men to hold the line so my allies can fall back. And you can see that this battle is getting very close. Look at, hold on, let's do some slow motion here, guys. Look at this. Look at all the Romans that are left. Look at what we have. Yeah, it's really, really close. And a lot of these Romans are not depleted. They're not tired. They haven't seen any action. And most of our troops, they've been fighting everywhere. They've been fighting everywhere. Another crappy thing about this is that I'm having to defend this. There's a little hidden path in this base. And I'm having to defend this with my general. I'd much rather my general be in the thick of the fight. But, you know, I guess it's always good to keep your general alive too. But anyways, our new strategy here is to hold this hill. It's a much more narrow location. We got to hold the hill. We have the high ground. That's the plan. My troops are starting to waver, unfortunately. But I tried to make as much time as possible for my troops, or for my allies. Hold, damn you, hold. So yeah, this is where we make the line. It was getting so epic, guys. It was so epic. Mr. Brunswick, he was getting into it, and he was like, we will not fall back from this spot. You know, he was just really getting... He does not like to fall back. And it was funny, like, at one point I was like, maybe we should fall back even more. And he's like, absolutely not. I will not fall back to these Romans, or from these Romans. So yeah, it was getting really intense, really, really intense. I'm now having to run my ambushers. This was kind of really good. We've got some Athenians charging into my heroic nobles, excuse me, which is my best infantry. So I'm slicing up these Greeks, which is great because that's less of a threat we're gonna have to worry about. And my ambushers have made it to the other side of the battle. These ambushers have been absolute, like, they just perfect unit. They've been working hard for this battle, you know. So here we go, guys. We got to send in more troops. Look at this. We got nothing over here. And this is, like, we're trying, but we have so little swordsmen. Got some sword masters from Swaby. There we go. Now I'm activating my ambushers. Ambushers aren't amazing at holding the line. They are ambushers, but, you know, we have no other choice. This is all we have. We have to hold against these Romans. And it's not looking great. It's not looking great, but we will put up a fight. Win or lose, we will put up a fight. Here we go. We got some noble swordsmen moving up. Charge him! Downhill charge! Hold this line. So with one of my ambushers, I saw another gap. I'm going to charge through the gap and try to get to these archers. It's really important that we kill the archers because we don't really have archers at this point. Oh, and they're already breaking. Look at that. Yes. Charge them. Oh, and berserkers are charging. Nico sent in his berserkers. Oh. But the Romans aren't having it. They're now mobilizing their cohort here. So that was a risky move. My ambushers will most likely die pretty quickly because they're kind of behind enemy lines. But we broke the archers at the very least. And this is the epic, brutal front line. The epically brutal front line. So awesome. And we hold here. We do not fall back anymore. Hold this line against the damn Romans. Romans piling up more troops. Again, guys, look at this. Look at all the reserves they have. You see this? They've got plenty of reserves. Plenty. And look at how healthy their numbers are. Both teams are wavering. This is all we have. I have my general over here. And then, of course, we have the very annoying Greek cav capturing some points, which is going to increase the morale of their forces, which really sucks. It's like, come on, Athens. You're out of it. Get out of here. Like, what are you doing? But we are breaking a lot of these Romans, which is great. This is really good. Balance of power is dead even. So that's how close this battle is. Down to the wire. Oh, so many Romans. I'm really glad the Romans are piled up over here instead of spreading out their forces. And the center is open, but the Romans are pretty quick about it on closing that, so we can't push through. I've got some slingers up here supporting the men, trying to go after enemy archers. Hold, men! Hold this line! Oh, nice volley to the back. So we also have archers. Thankfully, Nico still has his longbowmen, longbow hunters, going after enemy archers. Yeah, we're not going to let them come back. Oh, he's using fire arrows now to try to break the enemy. Got some Iceni troops over here. My ambushers holding against the legionary cohort. And I think we've committed all of our infantry except for our generals and this one right here. Some noble swordsmen, which is a great unit to have in reserve, you know. But we've pretty much like 95% committed our troops. Romans sending up reinforcements to the center line. He realizes that he's pretty weak there. Or not. Let's see, where's he going? I think he's just trying. Yeah, he's going center. My archers, my slingers are out of ammo, so I just charged them in. I'm like, whatever. Get in there. Fight. Oh, no. God, that's nasty. Ooh, that volley right there breaking my troops. This is not good. And at this point, all I have is a depleted unit of heroic nobles and my general. But again, I can't leave my general because the Greek cav. So he's actually, even though this player's out of the game, he's doing a good job to influence the battle. So that's a real pain. And here we go. More reinforcements. Noble swordsmen. This is the last reinforcement that's not a general going into this fight. Hold against these Romans. The bastards, they're fighting back. And the Romans still have some reinforcements over here. He's got about 2 units healthy. No, make that 3 units healthy. He's got a... Oh, that's just artillery crew. Wait, is this... He's got more artillery crew over here as well. So, yeah. I've got some units back here. I'm just trying to quickly get to the fight. We're starting to break over here to the right. Or at least my slingers are. It's so close, guys. I mean, not only is it so close, it's been close for the last like 10 minutes. It's gonna be a tough fight. Ugh. And we were just on the edge of our seat during this. So we're just like, oh, we gotta hold. We're breaking over here. We need more troops over here. Ugh, it was so intense. Romans pushing through the gap here. Now Nico's sending up his general. He's ready to charge in. Charge in. Here comes my forces. Yay. They made it. Help hold the line. And we're pushing through the center. There's a gap in the center. And this is when we need to make our advance. A lot of Romans are breaking. And he's slow about sending in his reinforcements. So we need to push them back, and we need to make some ground here. See how we're dividing the Roman forces? Trying to get behind them. And we're trying to stop the reinforcements so we can slaughter these troops without them getting aid from you know, more troops or the reserves. I'm now pushing up my general. My general's like, I've had enough of this. I'm not gonna sit here while my people die. So he's gonna go forward and just, I'm gonna try to surprise these guys. He sees it coming though. That's okay. There we go. Now we're pushing. And we see some slingers over here, auxiliary slingers. Close in the gap. We must stop them. Massive break. The Romans, again, late to the charge with their reinforcements. And we get the slingers by surprise. More forces charging in. This is a very even battle over here. So my plan now is to move my general as quickly as possible over to the other side of the battlefield and kind of swing around and get behind these Romans. So we're both just so low on troops. So low. We have the Swaby general fighting the good fight. We also have the Gaety general pushing forward. Kind of had the Romans surrounded here a little bit. It's looking good if we look at the balance of power. Oh, man. So exciting. But yeah, we just have to hold against these Romans. More Romans coming in this way. This is not good. They're going to surround us here. Nice. We break the Greek cav. We don't have to worry about them anymore. So now I'm especially running very hard to get over to that battlefield. Because my general, he's fresh. Other than being kind of tired for running. But in terms of numbers, he hasn't, you know, combat. He hasn't seen any combat. So he wants to join this fight. The Romans, though, really slicing up these noble swordsmen. It was so awesome when we were holding this hill. And that's when I was like, okay, we might need to fall back again, all the way to like up here. And Brunswick is like, he's talking about his noble swordsman. He's like, my noble swordsman can beat anything these Romans throw at us. Like, it was awesome, man. It just got so intense. So fun. So we've got my nobles still trying to get around here. These Romans are putting up a good fight. It's a big concern for us. It looks like the Romans are winning over here as well. We definitely don't want to throw away our advantage. The Romans see my general, right? See my general, and they start falling back so I don't get behind him. But that's... I mean, I get what he's trying to do, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them. I think he's trying to fall back to the arrow tower to get some arrow tower support. But, yeah, because of them falling back, I used my intimidate right there. And, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah! Kill some Romans. So, you know what's really cool, too, is when we were holding here, and we did a little charge, back when a lot of the Romans broke, we all used, you couldn't see it, but we all used Headhunter at the same time. And that caused the Romans to you know, break and lose morale back in the battle over here. But that's it, guys. That was the fight. And it was so close, guys, for the longest time. Especially when we were fighting here and we had to fall back. I honestly thought we were going to lose it. I went from like, oh, this battle is going to be easy. We defeated the Athenians. We defeated a Roman army over here. But no, it got really intense over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle replay. And let's look at the results, of course. Everybody did well here for our team. Really good job here by Brunswick getting the most kills. Let me just go through and just show you the kills for everyone. Yeah, the Hex Bearers, not so good. I think they're more of like a morale-breaking troop. But, you know, they played their part. King Scourge, let's see. His Pike Spears didn't do great. But here's the kills. Oh, this Terza BG. He did really well. He actually got the most kills in the battle. That's really impressive with this Legionary cohort. Least kills for them is the Athenians. Just tons of picked hoplites. No wonder they were pushing through. And then some good kills here with Spider Pig and Sismon. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this battle. This was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.